Today, we are taking a deep dive into the Hunter exam, where, things start to heat up.
Yeah, definitely. That's when it gets real.
Yeah. So you've got all these hopefuls, right? All wanting to become hunters. Have you ever thought about what it takes to even try out for something like that?
It's got to be intense. You can tell it's not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not. It's not just about being strong, though.
But there's this whole mental game going on, too. You have to think on your feet, read between the lines.
Yeah.
It's as much about strategy and awareness as it is about physical prowess.
Exactly. And no one embodies that better than our resident rookie crusher, Tompa. He's got a whole side hustle going on. The dude's infamous for reading out newbies, using, shall we say, less than honorable methods.
Oh, we talk about the laxative juice? Yeah, that's cold, man. Pretending to be this friendly veteran offering you a drink when really he's just trying to sabotage you from the inside out.
Brutal, right. You're all amped up, probably dehydrated anyway, and this guy acts like he's just being a good Samaritan. Classic Tompa.
It really makes you wonder how many unsuspecting rookies have fallen victim to that little scheme of his. Talk about a rude awakening.
Seriously. And it just goes to show that in the Hunter exam,
You'd think it would just be the examiners throwing curveballs, but then you've got other applicants trying to take you down before you even get to the good stuff.
exactly. And speaking of hidden agendas, we can't forget about Hanzo. This guy's a whole other level of intrigue. Imagine you show up for this exam, and there's a freaking ninja just hanging out.
Right.
And it turns out Hanzo's not just there to become a hunter, he's on a personal quest, searching for this legendary artifact, the Scroll of the Hidden Ninja.
Yeah, like he sees the hunter exam as this opportunity. He's betting it might lead him to the scroll.
It's kind of like he's playing a whole different game, right?
And it highlights this theme that everyone has their own story, their own motivations. You never really know what someone's true goals are, what drives them beneath the surface.
So true.
And just when you think you've got a handle on the craziness, in walks Killua.
Talk about making an entrance, right?
This kid just oozes cool, even with all the pressure of the hunter exam swirling around him.
He's something else. Gon's future bestie just strolled in like he owns the place.
And that little stunt he pulls with Tompa, legendary.
Oh, you mean casually downing that laxative lace juice? Yeah, that was pretty epic.
Most rookies would be doubled over, but Killua doesn't even bat an eye.
It's like he's immune to Tompa's tricks, which, knowing Killua's background, might not be too far from the truth, honestly.
Right. You get these little hints that he's got this whole hidden past, this upbringing that's made him, well, let's just say, resilient.
Understatement of the year. But as if Killua's arrival wasn't enough of a shakeup, here's the kicker. The exam's about to officially start. Everyone's expecting some crazy test of strength, right? Some insane obstacle course.
Right, like, what's going to be the first monster we have to fight?
And instead...
A marathon. Can you believe it?
I know. Not even just a marathon, but they got to follow this examiner, Satotz, to who knows where.
No distance, no time limit. Classic hunter exam move. They're messing with their heads.
Talk about psychological warfare. It's like, how do you even prepare for that? You just got to keep running, never knowing when it's going to end. Makes you think, could you handle that kind of pressure? It really makes you think, like, how much do you need a finish line in life? Can you handle the no end in sight kind of thing?
That's what this first phase is all about, weeding out the people who can't hack it mentally. Because, yeah, the physical stuff is rough, but it's a mental pressure that'll break you.
And we see that happen, right, like with Leorio. He's clearly not, like, in marathon shape compared to Gon or Killua.
Not even close.
But he just keeps going, even when he's totally dragging.
Which I kind of love about him. Leorio represents something different, He might not have the raw talent of some of these other guys, but his desire, his reason for being there, it's ironclad.
He's got that fire in his belly. It's not about showing off. It's about something deeper.
Exactly. He needs to be a hunter, not just wants it.
Yeah.
And that need, that fuels him.
I love that.
He's relatable, not some superhuman, just a guy with a dream and a whole lot of heart.
He's pushing himself to the absolute limit, and you can't help but admire his grit.
It's that never-give-up attitude that embodies the spirit of a true hunter.
And speaking of true hunters in the making, Gon and Killua, they're practically gliding through this whole ordeal.
12 years old, and they're already miles ahead, both physically and mentally.
They even find time to bond over their shared age amidst all the chaos. It's kind of heartwarming, actually.
That right there is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. In the midst of this pressure cooker of an exam, they connect on a genuine level.
You see it time and time again in HunterxHunter, these unlikely bonds forming in the face of adversity. It's amazing, isn't it? Like, you've got this insane pressure cooker of an exam. People are dropping left and right.
And these two 12-year-olds are just vibing, forming a bond that'll last, well, who knows how long in the Hunter x Hunter world. Anything's possible.
Right. But it really makes you think, like, maybe the Hunter exam isn't just about testing your individual
Oh,
strength.
absolutely not. Teamwork, that connection between people, that's huge in Hunter x Hunter. You can't always rely on yourself.
For sure. And it seems like Gon and Killua, they just instinctively get that, even at that age.
It's like they're two sides of the same coin, they balance each other out. But while they're busy becoming besties, let's not forget about Leorio, our guy.
Oh, Leorio, man. He is really putting in the work, pushing himself beyond his limits.
That's the thing about Leorio. He's like the everyman in this whole crazy situation.
Totally. If I were there, I'd be right there with him, questioning all my life choices.
Right. But even when he's exhausted, doubting himself, about to collapse, he keeps going.
That's the mark of a true hunter right there. That sheer willpower, that refusal to give up.
Absolutely. And that's what makes the Hunter exam so compelling.
Yeah.
It's not just a physical test. It's about digging deep, finding that inner strength, that fire that keeps you going when everything else is telling you to quit.
It's inspiring, really.
We've seen the cunning of Tompa, the hidden depths of Hanzo, the cool resilience of Killua,
And, of course, the unwavering spirit of Leorio.
each of them representing a different facet of what it means to strive for something, to face challenges head on.
It's like the hunter exam is a microcosm of life itself, you know? You're constantly tested, pushed to your absolute limits.
Yeah. You face obstacles, you stumble, you might even fall flat on your face.
But it's in those moments of struggle that we discover what we're truly capable of.
Exactly. We dig deep, we find that hidden strength, we learn to rely on others.
And ultimately, it's that journey, those challenges, those connections that shape us into who we are.
So yeah, as you go about your day, think about the Hunter exam, about the challenges these characters face,
What lengths would you go to achieve your dreams?
and who would you want by your side when things get tough.
Because sometimes the most extraordinary journeys begin with a single grueling step. And hey, maybe, just maybe, there's a little bit of hunter in all of us.